Okay, I am going to put down a few things on these two pieces of paper that are things that I use when I make marks with pastel or acrylic painting. They're really interchangeable for me. The only thing I don't really do with acrylic painting is I don't put pastels on the top of the canvas and leave them there. I only use pastels on canvas in the beginning stages, but otherwise I use the same materials on whether it's paper or canvas. I go back and forth. So let me show you a few things. I'm going to do an underpainting here and an underpainting here with a couple of materials that are a little different. Maybe they're materials you have not used before. I'm going to put on this one on the bottom, I think I will put this pastel here. This is a Charvin, Charvin, water-soluble pastel. So I'm going to put that down and now put some water on top of it. If it was on a sanded paper, you would see quite a bit of a difference. Now that the paper is wet and I go over it, it has a really nice effect when the paper is wet. I really like that. It comes in many different colors and they're very cheap, inexpensive, and they're wonderful for underpainting. Either underpainting with pastel on, say, pastel matte paper, on UArt paper, on the Reeves BFK with the clear gesso, and we've got a lot of different colors. These are the colors in the first layer, and these are the colors in the second layer. More of your neutrals. I really like these pastels quite a bit, and they're called Charvin. Oh no! Water soluble. Don't do that. Water soluble pastel painting sticks. There's something for me to pick up. All right, see. I knew that was going to happen. Why did I do that? Anyway. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to use, and I think I'll pick this color. This is a really cool stick that I have several different colors, and it is an art graph. That's a nice color. That's probably my favorite one. Love that. And if I again put this into something that is wet, I'm going to have an even more intense color. But so we have that in some different colors. There is like a red ochre, there's a yellow, this is more of a brown, a dark brown, and a really dark brown and a black. So let me put the black down here. Nice. But see the difference between working wet and then dry? That's great stuff. Another material that I really like are the Derwent water-soluble graphites and charcoals. Here is one in blue. I put this down on a dry part of the paper. I get one effect. If I go over it into this wet part of the paper, it's a much stronger line. So again, I can take some water and wet that down I have a green one also. Several different colors. But look at how strong that goes down when the paper is wet. Derwent water-soluble graphites and charcoals. Really like those a lot. Oops. Okay. Here are some Stabilo crayons, and they come in a lot of different colors. Mostly I use the black one. So again, if I put that over something that is wet, it's going to have a really strong line. But again, if it's on a dry part of the paper, it's not going to be as strong. Now I could put water on that, blend it, or maybe I could put some matte medium on if I don't want it to be that, it'll give it a little bit different of an appearance if I just put some matte medium on top. Okay, either way, you know, I can brush this around and I can get a lot of different things going just in an underpainting. Another thing that I have is another type of a water-soluble graphite. So if I want some lighter lines, I could put that down. Again, going wet, and then you can see the difference when you're going into something that is dry. So I like experimenting with all of these different materials. There are so many different things that you can try. I also have something new that I have not used very much at all because I just got it and it is dangerous looking. This is a art graph. Look at the size of this. Comes in this bag. I bought this to make marks on large canvases, so that's my intention for this, but again, it's going to be different depending on wet and dry, and when you go over this one, nice and dark. So a lot of different tools that you can use to make marks on an acrylic painting, on a pastel painting, and a lot of times it's those layers that you've made that make the work more interesting and will make some underlying textures that once it dries and you start painting or pasteling over the top, some of these things will show through. So if it was pastel on paper, I would then dry this and put some clear gesso on top of it. This is Reeves BFK. If it was sanded paper, I would just dry it and start putting pastel on. If this was an acrylic painting, I would dry it and I would just start painting on top of my underpainting. So those are some things to try, and I'll make a list and attach it to this short video of things that you might like to try and experiment with. And I know there's more out there that I don't have, but those are the things that I have. Those are the things that I use most often. So